So, can you tell me your name?
Well, my name is Raji Attar. I come from a company called Aramex. We are in the logistics and transportation industry.
And can you tell me a little bit more about your business?
We are, as I mentioned, a logistics and transportation company. We do courier, freight forwarding, third-party logistics. We support the e-commerce industry worldwide. We have offices in 72 countries with around 18,000 employees. And we are an asset-based company, so basically this put some pressure on us in cutting down our emissions since we don't own the assets that produce emissions as well.
Great. And can you speak a little bit more about the biggest challenges that your company faces in reducing carbon emissions?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the us not owning our own assets, and I mean that's planes, trains, ships, imposes a big challenge on us to be able to cut the emissions because we are responsible for our shipments from the beginning till the end. So we need to start either imposing or negotiating with our suppliers to cut down their emissions. On the other side, in most of the countries we are operating in, technologies to support cutting down the emissions like electric vehicles, solar energy and other renewable energy resources are not available yet, or the regulations are not there. So basically you need to fight in each country with the regulatory, with the technology providers to be able to get the technologies to maintain and cut down your emissions.
Mm-hmm. Great. And where have you had success?
Well, since 2008, we decided that we are going to cut down our plastic usage because we produce more than 40 million shipments a year, and this requires packing. So since then, we started converting our plastic into degradable plastic. Last year, we started implementing solar farms in our offices in Jordan. Currently, we produce 85% of our consumption in Jordan from a solar energy farm, and we started also implementing a solar farm in Dubai. Hopefully by end of next year we will be producing more than 45% of our consumption there. We also introduced electric vehicles in our fleet in Jordan, which are 100% electric vehicles. So there we are going to cut down our fuel consumption to zero by utilizing the electric vehicles, and also we are charging them from the solar system, so the emissions are not generated anymore from fossil fuel resources.
Sounds really great. And so how does being here at the COP help with this mission?
Well, it's more of a networking, knowing what's going on, supporting the dialogue on pushing other private sector companies to get involved more in the process of looking at the environment as a major factor in their businesses. So this is why we attend such events.
And so what other businesses in your sector are not doing enough on climate change?
Well, not to mention names, it's not appropriate, but lots of companies are not doing a lot on this, or in countries where regulations are not enforcing them. So, we work in areas where regulations are not enforcing us to do things about environment. Some major companies are doing the environmental related issues in countries where the regulatory systems are imposing on them to cut down their emissions and support the environment.
And last question. How can the Paris Agreement do more to help businesses cut carbon?
Well, the Paris Agreement, first of all, is imposed on countries. Now, each country that committed to a certain cut in carbon emissions needs to impose this in its businesses and to get commitments from the businesses to be able to support the countries. Otherwise, it will not at all be effective by 2030.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.